I was debating about making this video for actually since November when someone ended up hitting me up. And in a way it kind of will be a learning type of video and somewhat of a correlation to the first two. But it's not going to be mostly about, the first chick that I was talking about. It's going to be one of my exes. Now, this ex in particular, I went over to the next city when to go pick her up because she was telling me that her boyfriend was being abusive. He ended up putting holes in the wall, knocked her tooth out, stuff like that. Um, Raped her, and I met her through not on an app or anything like that, but a couple buddies of mine, and we was part of this group. And hopefully, and you know who I'm talking to, they actually followed the breadcrumbs that I laid behind. Uh, so the thing is, when I did get her from the next city over, apparently she was pregnant, which I thought that it was his kid, but apparently not. It was another guy that she used to date, where she went behind the ex boyfriend's back, but the whole time I thought it was that guy that was being abusive. But who could tell? She ended up getting an abortion because I had to tell her like, "Yo, you ain't in a position to be a mother at this point because you ain't got no place of your own." She was living with me for a couple months, but she had no place of her own. She didn't have a job. She didn't have that much money anyway. Like, how could you support a child if you can't even support yourself? And this guy don't want anything to do with you. And you want to have a baby with a guy that was beating you. So she ended up getting an abortion. She was upset about it because she ended up losing her first child. You know, after birth, it passed away. So, um, after that, I ended up having that she ends up going to Job Corps, so she can actually get a better job, better living situation, everything. We end up having our problems and stuff like that. End up that she comes over during the holidays, having that she was staying over by her friend's place, and I knew something was up because certain arguments, that would be arising and how she was acting. This video will be almost in a way of how my journey to becoming more red pill, basically by her, by learning. I was absorbing the information before when it was, the other MRA group, but I wasn't that deep into it. But that was a while back ago. That was back when there was Barbarossa. But there was a situation that when she was over at her friend's place, which kind of makes it a little bit funny after I think about it. That she was starting some type of drama with her and her friend. I'm just like, what is going on? Something's not clear. Something's not right. So I went over, drove like a good 20 miles over, see what's up, because they was end up talking about like fighting and stuff. So I went inside the house. They let me in, and I had to get onto her. I had to yell, be like, "Yo, when you're in someone's house, you live by their rules." And I screamed it out loud. I was pissed. But the funny thing is that her friend's mother, after we had our conversation, her friend's mother, she had a lot of respect for me. Her friend had a lot of respect for me. Her father had a lot of respect for me. And the mother's kids, they got scared. Like dead scared because the instant I barged in there and I yelled at her, it almost sounded like an army was going up the stairs because they knew it was going to go down. But the time that she left, and I think it was during the Christmas holidays, the mother was telling me, "Yo, you was speaking with some authority back there," and it just certain times that when I have to, when I believe it's necessary to put my foot down, I will. Not when they want me to, but when I believe so. Her homegirl had a lot of respect for me because she was telling me all the stuff that was going behind my back, what my ex was doing. My ex thought I didn't know. Oh, believe me, I knew. Mother also, she noticed how the way that I am when I walk into a room. She says, "Yo, every time that you come over here, you kind of look like the Grim Reaper." I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "You seen some stuff in life, haven't you?" And I told her straight up, "You have no idea. All the stuff that I've been through, you have no idea what I've seen. Not only from this country, also from where my parents are from." So it got to the point, what was it? I believe in February we had an argument because I told her about me talking to a friend of mine that I knew since middle school. Yes, it was a chick. And she got all upset, mad, and angry. And this is not the first time that she got upset, mad, and angry at a chick talking to me. Like even when I brought her over to an event that I usually end up going to, she bucked up at my friend's girlfriend, his girlfriend, because his girlfriend came up and gave me a hug. Like, who is this type of attitude? And then his girlfriend wanted to be polite and said, "Oh, you know, who's this?" And then she bucks up at her and was like, "Oh, I'm his girlfriend." This exact same way. And that was the biggest turn off. I'm like, yo, that ghetto attitude, yo, cut that off. One, she was trying to be nice and polite. You need to treat her with the exact same respect. Yeah, so what? She gave me a hug. You're acting like we just did it right in front of you. All right? There were certain times that I had to check her. Now, what ended up happening in February, she got all upset because I was talking to my friend that I knew since middle school, and she's like, "Oh, well, were you doing it with her or something like that?" I'm like, "Wow, yeah, I would be doing it with her when her mom is right there." I'm trying to figure out what the title of this video is because, like I said, there's so much to learn. You can see the controllingness, the obsession of, you know, how she's being. And it also, in a way, kind of correlates to the previous videos of what I was talking about hood mentality, all that. So I told her straight up, like, if you gonna keep being this way, cause I ain't gonna have it. I'm just gonna throw all your stuff out of the house. She got all mad and upset, but like, cause she has her daughter Ashes, all her baby stuff from the first kid that she had. I'm like, I'm not gonna throw away your daughter's stuff. Nah, your deceased daughter has nothing to do with this. But all the rest of the stuff, I, I'm throwing out. I can send you back your baby stuff, but everything else gone. But she got all emotional and upset and started crying and stuff like that. But she thought I was breaking up with her right then and there. I'm like, I didn't say that. We was on a three-way call with the group leader that we, the group that we're a part of. He was on the phone. He heard everything. Now, what does this have anything to do with it? We was still together until I think when was Mother's Day? I think it was I think it was March. I have it on my phone, but I don't feel like even going through it right now. But it was March, like 4 days after Mother's Day. And on Mother's Day, I told her that, yo, I'm taking my friend, the one that I told you about before, to this event that is basically almost like a middle school, high school reunion type deal that we do pretty much almost once or twice a year. And she got all mad and upset. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna have another woman along with her child and her nephew in the car with you to the event. And I'm like, well, what she didn't know is that there was something that happened to my friend's nephew. What the mother of my friend's nephew did to the child. And I just wanted to do a kind gesture for my friend and the two kids because they were into cars also. And she's like, "Oh well, let me talk to the chick. Let me talk to the chick." It's like, no, because of the way that you act is something. I've been trying to tell her. I've been trying to tell her the way that you act, you're gonna get your butt handed to you, and when it does, I ain't gonna save you. I'm just gonna let it happen because the chicks that I know of, they ain't gonna back down from a fight. So you need to calm down. You're 4'9". Anybody could punt you. So you need to stop acting the way that you're acting. So she was like, no, she wanted to get all obsessive and everything. I'm like, you know what? Fine then. I give you chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. I'm done. It's over. Now she did end up hitting me up on my birthday, hoping that I'm okay and all that. Next, you know, one of my buddies, he told me, bro, I didn't know that she's pregnant. Like she's pregnant, pregnant. Like you can actually see it. And she told me, and she was like 22 weeks pregnant. I'm like 22 weeks. Okay. So what I end up doing, and I was at my job, I ended up sending a message saying, hmm, congratulations. I didn't know that you were pregnant. How far are you? That's how I caught her. She told me. And I'm like, yo, I know math. Last time that we did anything was on Christmas. Christmas Eve and Christmas. And I was strapped up. If we go back in time, this ended up happening somewhere around January, February that this baby was conceived. Hmm. So, by the sounds of it, you end up cheating on me. I broke up with you in 4 days after Mother's Day. Well, she was saying, "Oh no, we broke up at this time." I'm like, "No, I told you if you keep acting this way, I'm not gonna have it anymore." I told her if you treat someone like something that they're not, then you're gonna become resented. So she's telling me, "Oh, so you're gonna leave me?" I told her, "Not if you keep acting the way that you are, or you're gonna cheat on me." I'm like, "No, I'm not a cheater." She is trying to find deniability of accountability. Now, what does this correlate to the first two videos? Simple. When I went there and I slept over at that night, it was just me and her at the apartment. And she told me, "Oh," because I told her, I'm sorry for having to stay over at her place. She said, "Oh, it's okay. You can come over at any time." She didn't say specifically, "Oh, let me know when you're on your way," or anything like that. And I was trying to call her before, and she didn't want to answer. She's like, "I don't feel like talking." I'm like, "Okay, well, running out of time. I don't really have that much time in the day. I have to go to work the next day." So I had to make a conscious decision. And now, when the time came that we ended up having that argument on the phone when the roommate hit me up, I told her, you told me that I could come at any time. She's like, no, I didn't say that. That's that trying to have it that she can't take accountability. She wants the probability of not being able to take accountability. She keeps it vague so she can have a way out. Understand what I'm saying? But back to the ex. Now, when I get on off on her, I told her, wow, so you wasn't gonna tell me. You was gonna keep a secret. And she's like, well, you didn't want to do this. You didn't want to do that. I'm like, dude, because we're not even in the position. You were definitely in the position to, one, have a kid. Two, you end up not having a job. She ended up losing her job within a week after Job Corps. Oh, because of sexual harassment. Just like the other job that you had that you said that you was being sexually harassed. It sounds like more that you just don't want to work anymore. Or you just trying to find a way out. So I end up hitting up her homegirl, the one that she stayed over by. And next you know, I end up hearing that, oh, the reason that she it was okay for her to cheat on me because I was being abusive, I was being this, I was being that. And I was like, wait, hold on. So she's telling you all these lies? You see, she's trying to keep her record clean. Just like the last chick. She's trying to keep her record clean to make it look like she didn't do any wrong. I had called her up on that. And even end up hitting up our buddy that's part of the group. That's the group leader. With all the text messages, everything that was going on. And he got onto her like, I can't believe this little girl go ahead and lie to me. I called up her uncle. Because even her uncle has respect for me. And he's like, because she was the last lifeline to her family. The last. He was the last line. Last lifeline, correction. And by her lying, being the way that she is, she got cut off completely. She had her chance and she blew it. And which I have to give respect to the homegirl mother because even she picked up on her lies. She's like, yeah, she bold faced lied to me on the phone. Everything was being captured. Everything. So now you're trying to figure out, well, what happened in November. Well, if you go back to the beginning of the video when she was pregnant the first time, remember when I told her you are not really in the position. Honestly, I knew that she wasn't in the position financially or mentally to have a kid. If you're not gonna give up that baby by choice, it's gonna be by force, right? The Wednesday, next Wednesday, after the debacle with the roommate, she ends up hitting me. I believe it was that next, either November or October. I think it was probably in the October around that time. Hmm, maybe I'll have to go back, but I don't feel like it. But I have it on here. She ends up hitting me back up, saying, starts crying, "I need your help." I'm like, "Wait, what?" She was telling me that her baby was taken away from her by the guy that she ended up cheating on me with. Parents, his parents, the grandparents of the child. Oh yeah, by the way, a disclaimer: she ended up cheating on me with him, and he ended up cheating on his girlfriend, his ex girlfriend, for her. So it's like that's why when I was actually having an argument with him on the phone the first time, actually no, it wasn't an argument. I just called up and he picked up. Little side track, little sidetrack going on. I told him like, "Yo, you know she's just gonna use that baby as a cash cow, right?" And he's like, I don't care, even if it's not mine. I'm a real nigga." That's when I hung up the phone. I was like, "Okay," and just hung up and busted out laughing. If you live in the hood, you'll know why it was funny, why it was hysterical. But you'll figure out why I end up putting that in a second here. But I was telling her, "Yo, what am I supposed to do about your baby being taken away from you? I can't do anything. It's not my child, not my monkey, not my circus, not my responsibility. What you want me to do? And why you calling me up?" And she's like, "I don't know who else to talk to." I'm like, "Why not talk to your homegirl, that you stayed over at?" "Oh, we're not in talking terms." I'm like, "Yeah, because he was caught lying. That's why you got kicked out of the group. That's why your uncle uh cut you off, and that's why your friend doesn't want anything to do with you because you was caught lying." You was caught hook, line, and sucker. You screwed yourself over. So I was basically going off on her. She was telling me, "Well, you wouldn't wife this up." I'm like, "No man of value will want to wife up a thought. None. None. Okay? I already knew what you were doing. Your homegirl was telling me the play by play of everything that you was doing. And then you expect me to help you get the child that you lost? That's not even mine, but belongs to the guy that you cheated on me from? Get out of here. You out your mind." But I told her like, yo, what about the father of the child, your husband? Because she told me that that he was her husband. Apparently, that was a lie too. And she was like, "Oh well, he's doing what he needs to do and stuff like that." I'm like, wait. But after I went off on her, he gets onto the phone. He's like, "Yo, man, you don't talk to her like that." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? She's the one that ended up calling me for help." And he's like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You don't talk to her like that. You like, where you at, dog? Where you at?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm not telling you nothing. You ain't worth it." Do you know why? Because you are so oblivious right now. So I hung up the phone. Next note, I end up getting a message saying, next time that you want to talk, you better talk to him. Because I told him, yo, I did call the cops because I'm not having it that, because she knows exactly where I live. I'm not going to have it that someone ends up, deceased in front of my house again. Or I end up having to see a body again. No, not again. And if I have to defend myself, I will. I don't encourage violence, but I will. But he ends up no, she ends up texting me from his phone saying, "Oh, well, next time that you want to talk, you need to talk to him." Uh, I'm just gonna censor myself, kitty boy. I'm like, kitty boy, like that was the weakest comeback that I ever heard. Do you know I could run off of that? But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to. But it was so easy to run off of that. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I could get it. I mean, I was in there before you was. How does this long taste? I could easily run off of all these things and think about it how I improved right now. I could run. I was doing that at work today. But I didn't because I'm like, you know what? This guy is oblivious to what is going on. So I end up texting. I end up texting him. The fact of the matter that your wife ends up having to call her ex-boyfriend to get your child back is a subliminal diss to you. I thought you said that I was a real nigga. Well, apparently you're not. Because the fact of the matter that it has to come out of your mouth, that's what even Ice T, I believe it was Ice T or Ice Cube that said it. The fact of the matter that it ended up having to come out of your mouth means that you're not. Hobson, a real nigga doesn't brag about being real as long as he knows it. She ends up having to call me means that you're not able to handle the situation. She don't even believe that you're a real nigga. Just by her calling me. So by her doing that, she is already telling me that I'm better than you. And if you want to actually do this, I don't have to tell you where I live. She knows. She's been living here for months. But she's not going to tell you because she knows better. You see, this is the thing that correlates to the first two videos that I made, and now the video about my ex. I don't even have to lie about any of this. He was getting mad, just like even the roommate is getting mad, could be getting mad at me. They getting mad at the wrong people. He's getting mad because I was going off on her. The roommate's getting mad at me because I made a YouTube video about the situation. But they're not getting mad at the puppet master. They're getting mad at the one that's pointing out the strings. Ding, ding, snip. Hmm. Denying accountability and responsibility. The possibility of denying accountability and responsibility. Now, to go back to my ex, you know what ends up happening a week after I sent out that text message? Funny thing, because something told me go back onto the app, and I don't mind bringing this one up because it's kind of funny. Guess who I found? Yes, exactly who you thought. My ex. I'm here to find someone who can appreciate my daughter as their own, respect me as a woman, as well as respect my family, who was very spiritual. P.S. My friend and my dad are Crips, so I'm protect. That's a lie. Crips? My friend and my dad are Crips, so I'm protected. Honey, your dad is a cop. Your uncle was in the military. She's lying even in her post, even in this, saying that, oh, Crip. I'm like, no. Mm-mm. Now she's a single mother because she thought that her lies won't catch up to her. She thought that she could hide the truth. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Also, in a way, like I said, it's kind of like branches off of the first two videos because I find it funny when they want to call me a loser. Still, I it was just hilarious because I'm like, there is some information that I left out because you know what, I just probably was that tired. I mean, after what ends up happening now, testosterone buildup and everything. Now I could be like, well, you let this loser smash not once, not twice, but three times. How much a loser does that make you? She let me hit those sugar walls until we end up leaving the hotel room and she ended up hitting that hallway wall. She tipped over and almost fell. Roommate want to call me a loser, but she needs a babysitter because she couldn't even go places by herself without her babysitter worrying about her getting into some kind of illegal narcotics. Let's talk about Miss Eighthead who drives the Silver Sienna, the one that's going through a divorce. Hmm. The one that doesn't even know who the father of her own child is. Guess who's the one that ended up telling me that? You see, that's the thing is that they'll probably try to speak authority on you, saying that you're whipped or anything like that, but you don't know the definition of a woman being whipped is after you done hitting it and you know you hit it good, she spills out all her homegirl's business. And if it ain't true, you probably need to look at her and rethink, is it really worth being friends with her? She's gonna end up telling a complete stranger all your business. Hmm. Ain't that a shame?